off of the main roads. And so finding one of these is actually like a boon to you guys for the night. So for a small donation, you can go ahead and stay there for the night. And especially given how dangerous these lands are and have become, you know, it's going to be hard not to, it's going to be hard to shun the hospitality that will be shown to you. Just donate a few coins, you'll get a free hot meal for the night, and you'll get a warm place to sleep. And that's what you'd seen, Fargus. And as you guys start to approach, you can see that there's 2 wagons and they're snow covered. And there's 2 of them. So the tower looks like it might be in use. But it looks like it's a multi-level tower. But strangely, you notice that there's no sign of any horses that are attached to the wagons or tethered to the hitching post. And there's no guards. There's no lights. There's no smoke coming from the chimney either. So as you get a little bit closer now, you also notice that the door is wide open. And like I said, looks like there's nothing there but 2 covered wagons and no horses. And the air is still and silent.
I hope the orcs didn't come this way.
Well, let's park the wagon and hug it off and draw my axe out.
Okay, yeah, good shot, because if you go into combat without your weapon drawn, that's a multi-action penalty. So, all right. So you see nothing. You know, you don't see any, not off, just getting a quick glance of the surrounding area. There's no horses. They're not even off grazing anywhere. They're just gone.
Any tracks or anything?
You can give me a tracking roll. And if you don't have tracking, you can do unskilled. Nope, let's go with tracking. Yeah, you don't see any kind of tracks. Do any of the dwarves? Do you guys have tracking?
Closest I have is survival.
Yeah, it would be tracking.
But
you can do unskilled if you want, if you're all kind of looking around. Untrained sucks, doesn't it? I will tell you this. You notice that the hitching post is all torn up. And it looks like there is a little bit of disturbance over by the hitching post where there probably were several horses by the hitching post. Looks like there was at least... you don't see any blood, no. But you do see a couple of the leather straps are snapped. Horses probably ran away.
Well, I'd say we go check out the tower. What do you guys think?
I light a torch.
Okay. You got the 2 wagons out there too, and there's, like I said, there's no signs of any kind of movement. Yeah, there's 2 wagons there. Yeah. Yeah. 2 covered wagons.
Disturbed? Or do they look like they were properly unhitched?
Yeah, it looks like they were properly unhitched, because when they were on the tethering post there, you could see that the straps were snapped. So yeah, it looks like they probably broke free, or something broke them free from the tethering post. Now on the wagons, all of you can see that there's a crest that's on the canvas that's covering the wagon. And the crest shows 2 crossed barley stalks over the letter D, a lowercase d. And of course, you know, the dye is extremely faded. So it looks like these coverings have been used for quite a while. Thanks for the follow, Weezy.
Give me any clue into this.
You can give me a... I would say give me a... I would say... I would have to say no. You've never seen this symbol before.
Okay. Then
unless you have like a farming background, if you have knowledge in farming or something like that, then I would allow you to do a roll. But I'll tell you what, you could do an unskilled check, and we'll see if you can recall any kind of.
All right.
Nope. You're like, have I seen this before? No.
Ah, deja vu.
No.
Yacht pulls out his short spear and checks in the back of the closest wagon.
Sure. You look inside, and there's blankets covering up what appears to be a bunch of barrels, and these canvases that are draped over the barrels are completely shredded. And there's 20 barrels in here, and even the barrels are just, they're smashed up. And even on the outside of the back of the wagon, there's a few bits of wood. And, give me a notice check also while you're looking in there.
No.
Notice is definitely an important skill, that's for sure.
I was going to check the wagon also, so...
Okay, yeah, give me a notice check as well. Yeah. All right. So, Yacht, as you look at that, and you're like, oh, okay, bunch of shattered barrels, torn up canvas. Looks like somebody destroyed this stuff, but what did it destroy? Because you didn't see anything in the barrels. But Mercy, that's where you saw a white powdery substance that's, kind of lining the inside of the barrels and whatnot. And you take a little taste of it, and it's not cocaine, but it's flour.
It's not snow.
Yeah, it's definitely flour.
Okay.
And then the wood is, the interior part of the wagon is yeah, no snow. Very nice. It's tore up. The wood is tore up in here. All kinds of scratches. And that's with both of these towers. I mean, both of the wagons.
Oh, it's flour. So no wonder he wanted someone to watch after his flour.
Your mouth started to water a little bit when you saw that white substance there, Mercy. Especially with that hindrance there.
I just stick with the herbs. All natural.
Yeah, right.
Fergus smiles.
Lusk, thanks for the follow. Thanks, guys, for all the follows.
The wagons.
Maybe our hungry orc friends?
Scrap Savant, thanks for the follow.
Sure, you want to check the tower now?
Yep. The torch still lit.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll go in first.
Yacht's going to try to stealth.
Sure, yeah, the door. Remember, the door is open on this tower, and by this point, the sun is starting to poke behind the tree line. Looks like the sun is now starting to set for the evening. As like I said, the temperature is starting to drop, that's for sure.
If I notice him stealthing, I'm going to stand back just a little.
Okay, give me a...
My torch would distract.
Okay. So yeah, Jot, you're using the shadows to your advantage. I was going to give you a +2 bonus, but you were pretty quick to that. But you were successful anyway. Fargus, what is that skill for? What is that unskilled check for?
Well, I figured if Jot's trying to be stealthy, I might as well join him.
Fargus, you are making so much noise behind him. Every step that you take, you're just stepping on twigs and small branches and frozen shrubbery, and it's just making, especially with the stepping into the snow, it's Jot just kind of just shakes his head. So it looks
Fully
like
arrogant, and he thinks he's quiet.
it looks like there's 2 rooms of this tower, and each there, the lower part of this tower is one room, and then you can see that there's a like a stairwell that's built onto the wall that basically goes up about halfway the tower, and then there's another hole in the ceiling where you would go up to the 2nd floor. And as you peer in, Jot, this place is a total mess, and you can see with your vision, and it looks like a bunch of snow has blown in through the open door. There's all kinds of firewood that's scattered all over the floor, not in its proper, the firewood holding chamber, and there's crates and provisions that are scattered all throughout. Looks like all of the packages have been smashed, have been opened. There's bits of paper, bits of wrapper all over the place, and it looks like all of the contents are gone. Now, give me a notice roll, Jot, as you go inside. Very nice. Nice ace. You also notice that there are some faint traces of blood that's on the floor around where there was a fire that was on the staircase, because you can see that there was a fire also. So now as you come in, Fargus, making all kinds of noise behind Jot, you can give me a notice check as well. You are just so proud of yourself being quiet and stealthy. You don't notice anything.
I'm just here for the beauty pageant.
So it looks like that fire, Jot, it began when something basically was pushed into the fire pit, which is now out, the fireplace, and basically there's coals that are all over the floor also. But yeah, you can see that there's traces of blood on the floor. All kinds of contents and crates that are opened up. All of the contents of the containers have been opened up, and there's nothing inside of them. Just a bunch of empty, looks like empty ration packages. And then there are stairs going up. What say you, adventurers?
Dave,
Mm-hmm.
I run in. Just run in. With my torch. And I find the closest dwarf. And I hide behind him.
That would be Fargus, because he was behind Jot. Okay, so you run in.
And I stare him coldly in the eyes. And there's a dragon outside.
Dragon?
He just flew over.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, pretty sure.
You were also talking to dead bodies about 2 hours ago.
Well, yeah, I was resurrecting orcs. Come on, this is what I do.
Cuckoo.
What do you think, Yacht?
I'm
What's
not
up, Die
sure
Fam?
what to think at this point.
Deal. I'm gonna start going up the stairs.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea. Not go outside.
Yacht closes the door to the outside and tries to secure it if there's any lock or anything on it.
You guys tether your horses to the hitching post first, so your horses don't go wandering off. I should have said, oh, you went outside and the wagon's gone. All right, so we'll say that you tethered your horses up to the hitching post. All right, so you stealthily go up the stairs, or are you just going to charge up with your sword, yeah, yelling, or what?
I'm going to go up stealthily.
All All right, give me a stealth check. And now there's
stealthily.
all right. There's some light now that Mercy is inside, and there's a couple of sconces on the wall, Mercy, that have can hold a torch, and then there's also a couple of braziers as well in some of the corners of the tower, to where you can light them as well and have light.
She doesn't dare do that. She doesn't want to draw any attention to this place. I'm
All right.
Still keeping an eye on the windows and the doors. Really.
Yeah, there's no windows here. Well, there's one. There's sort of like a porthole with a couple of bars through it.
After they start moving around a little, I kind of look around in the place too. I'm starting to feel a little safer.
All right. Why don't you give me a notice check, Mercy? And you see, you actually see a bunch, not a bunch, but a little bit of blood that's on the lower floor here. Now, same thing again. Fargus and Jot, you're going up. Fargus, every time you take a step, the boards from the stairs are creaking. And Jot is right in front of you, and I could just imagine Jot just kind of shaking his head. But as both of you get up to the second floor of the tower, this is a scene. Go ahead.
Yacht's going to let Fargus get a little bit ahead of him.
Thanks for the follows, guys. All right, so you want to go first then, Fargus?
Yeah, why not?
Weapons drawn, or weapons out, or weapons in your sheaths, or what? Scabbard, or what?
No, great axe in my hands, protecting my pretty face.
I've got my spear readied.
Okay. So as you ascend up and you start to see what's going on, you're like, what in the hell? And as both of you go into the upper chamber of the tower, it is a scene of complete carnage. You can see that there's 4 skeletons that are on the floor, and these skeletons are bare bone, and they're just lying on the stone floor, which is covered in a frozen blood, massive pools of frozen blood. And their weapons, which are short swords, they're lying on the floor beside of them. They're smeared with blood as well. Now, why don't you two give me a notice check? All right. Now, I also want a vigor check, which is going to be a guts roll. Because at this scene, you start to lose your lunch. So why don't we get a couple of vigor checks also? All right, so both of you have cast iron stomachs. You kind of go, like you're going to throw up, but you recover from that. Now, as the notice, very nice, Fargus, you even got a raise on this. So as you're looking at these 4 dead bodies that are on the floor, you can see that their bones have thousands, hundreds if not thousands, of these tiny little bite marks in the bones. And it looks like every bit of flesh, every bit of muscle has just been, just tore right off of the bones. And even the skeleton's clothing are mostly gone, except for a few scraps that are lying around. But you also see on one of there's a symbol, like a patch that might have been on maybe a tunic or something. There is a symbol, and it is 2 barley stalks that are crossed with the lowercase letter D.
Same as the wagon, then.
Yep, exactly the same as the wagon. So the sun is going down, adventurers, and it's probably not going to be good to travel the road. But then this has gone on here in the tower. So how do you want to proceed with this? You know that common knowledge, you know that it would, even what's going on in here, you would probably think that spending the night in here would be a lot better and a lot warmer than spending the night outside.
Yeah, let's just tie the horses up good and camp on the lower level.
Okay. Yeah, now you can go ahead and give the horses a little bit more oats, a little bit more feed. And then there's a bunch of large canvas blankets, and furs that you can put over the horses to keep them warm also. And then I guess you guys would probably want to take watches as well, right? And inside there's a heavy bar on the inside of the door to where you can lock it from the inside. And then there's just the one little small window. It's not even really the size of a window. It's just a little lookout hole. And then there's like a wooden flap that you can even shut that to where no wind will come inside. So you get a free night here at one of the Road Warden's towers, or the AKA the Road Warriors. Road Warriors. Axe and Slash, right? Were they the Road Warriors in wrestling? Axe and Slash, or Axe and Smash, or something like that? I don't know.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, exactly, whatever.
So I asked the dwarves when they come back down, what's upstairs?
Nothing you want to see.
Oh, Jot, that was from like the early 80s, back when I was a kid. Same thing, I don't watch that crap anymore. I haven't watched it in like 20 years.
Have we accounted for the people who were here then?
Yeah. Yeah, there's 4 corpses up top. 4 skeletons.
Talk to the dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
I let Mercy know most of what was going on upstairs, but hold back a little bit to figure some details.
Even without the gruesome details, Mercy is gasping.
Still nervous about that dragon that you saw?
A little, to be honest.
Well, I'll take first watch. You guys get some rest.
Based on what they told me,
Mm-hmm.
Dave, would I know if there was anything magical involved with what happened?
Why don't you give me a notice check? Nice roll. You notice that in the blood down here as you're kind of looking, and give me an arcane check also. You notice that in the blood that there is a bunch of tiny little footprints. A bunch of tiny little footprints, and some are tiny, some are a little bit larger, but you had to look really closely at that. And for an Arcana check, you don't sense that there was any magic used. Like strands of magic, anything, like residual strands of magic. It doesn't seem like any magic was used. But you can see the little footprints. Real tiny little footprints.
Are they like little bird prints or little shoe prints?
No, they actually look like rats. Some small, some large.
Guys, I think there's a rat problem here. Look at this. And I point to the little footprints in the blood.
Or there was. They're probably not hungry anymore.
So Jot and Fargus, when she shows you the rats, you guys kind of with common knowledge, that's probably what took care of those 4 corpses, well, those 4 skeletons up on the second floor of this tower. Because when if you go back up and look, which I'm sure you probably would, you can see within all of the frozen blood, you can see a bunch of little miniature footprints in the blood. And they've been, you know, like I said, that blood was frozen over from the temperature. So it looks like a bunch of hungry rats were in here from the looks of it.
Would I think that the rats could have done the damage to the barrels in the carts?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. You know that it would have to be a shitload of those rats, not just 10 or 20 rats, but a massive swarm of rats, probably hundreds, if not a couple thousand rats, especially with the skeletons up top. It would take quite a few rats to do that, to eat all of the flesh, all of the muscle, everything. That would take quite a bit, quite a amount of rats to do that.
So we're safe here tonight, guys, you think?
Is the tower just these 2 floors, or was there another one above that?
Nope, just 2 floors.
Seems to be safe right now. We didn't see any rats upstairs, so.
And on the wall, there is a box that is wrote in trader tongue, donations. Put donations here, like a small little iron lockbox.
Yacht throws in a gold piece.
All right.
Dave, did you say there were braziers and torch places or any lanterns on the walls? Or
Sure.
like that?
Yeah, there's a 4 sconces, empty sconces, and then there's also on the floor there's 4 braziers that are sit up about maybe 2 feet, and you can light those as well. And then there's like
Anything with oil in it?
No, there's not with oil, no, but there is a lot of charcoal because something fell into the fireplace or the fire pit and threw a bunch of coal all over the floor, and that's what kind of caught the staircase on fire, and that's why it was squeaking when Fargus was walking up. But yeah, there's a couple of brooms in there, and you can sweep all that coal back into the fireplace or fire pit and get that lit again. So you'll have a nice warm fire for the night. And then outside there's a couple of like these feeding troughs that also have more coal that you can take a shovel and bring a couple shovelfuls and put them in there as well.
I can always break apart one of the wagons with my hats too. They're not going anywhere.
Oh, the two wagons that didn't have any horses attached to them?
Yeah.
You just want to, break them? Is that what you wanted to do?
Well, if worse comes to worse, it may need wood.
Oh, for wood? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
There's plenty of coal outside. Yeah, there's plenty of coal. You wouldn't have to do that. You wouldn't have to work up a sweat outside and then, all that hard hustling and jostling. No, it's good. There's plenty of coal. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's getting cold. And you get the horses all covered up with furs and blankets, and you get them fed some more oats and whatnot. So what do you guys think? You guys ready to see if there's any encounter or anything?
Yeah, I'll take first watch. You guys want to go to rest first?
I'll take the second watch.
All right. The way I'm going to do encounter, the players can't hear me.
Chewing some leaves.
I'm going to let them roll a 6-sided, and if they roll a 6, there will be an encounter. Just a random encounter. Something that I haven't even thought about yet. All right. So let's see if there's an encounter. So why don't one of you take a D6 and throw it into the dice tower that's in the lower right-hand corner. That brown dice tower. On a 6, there will be an encounter. Oh, guess what? All right, so who's on first watch, who's on second watch, and who's on third watch? So they're going to have an encounter. I don't even know what I'm going to do.
Yacht's on second, and Mercy's on third.
Okay. So, Mercy, as you're on third watch and Jot and Fargus are sleeping, give me a notice check. Very nice. You can hear that the two horses outside are starting to neigh a little bit. You can hear them going like they're being startled. And, you know, you're going, oh, what the heck is that? Is that the dragon again that's flying over the tower? But the two horses are starting to neigh outside.
Dave, I don't even look. I'll go to whichever is the closest dwarf to me. Let's say it's Yacht, and I start shaking him and whisper.
Okay. So as you go to as you get close to Fargus, all of a sudden you hear a loud bang on the door. Bang! And then you hear, help! Help me! Help! And you hear a banging on the door. Let me in! I need help! Help! And there's more bangs on the door. So, Jot and Fargus, you can give me a +2 on your roll because you have Mercy trying to wake you up. So give me a notice check. +2 for Fargus. And you add the +2 down there in the lower left-hand corner. Oh, very nice. Fargus, so as you're waking up, Mercy, she's shaking you, saying whatever she's saying, and you can hear someone's banging on the door saying, help me! Help me! And Jot, he's just sawing logs. He is not even, he's oblivious of this. He's continuing to sleep.
Alright, I'll stand up, grab my axe, run
Okay,
by
Bloodhawk.
Yacht, give him a good kick, and run downstairs.
Okay.
Hearing the
Keep
cries
up
for
the
help,
great
I
work.
need to immediately.
Captain Rickett, thanks you so much, Captain.
Dragons or not?
Does
Dragons
that
or
wake
not?
me up?
It does, yeah. He kicks you hard enough.
All right, I'll grab my spear.
Thanks so much, Captain. Appreciate it. All right. So who's opening up that door? Mercy?
I'd say I probably got there first, yeah, because I was awake.
Yeah, I would say you probably did. You open up the door, Mercy, and as you open up the door, a gust of wind blows the door out of your hand, and it slams against the inner wall of the tower. And all of this wind, and it was nice and warm in here. Now it's ass freezing in here. And an old man in a leathery tunic, and his face is just covered in blood, frozen blood, that is. He's got snot coming out of his nose and whatnot. He's missing a couple of teeth, and he falls down onto the floor. And he looks up at you, and he says, I see an angel! Help me! The rats are everywhere! They're everywhere!
I just stare wide-eyed at the other two dwarves in shocked horror.
He called me an angel.
So all three of you notice that as he turns over and starts looking up at Vay and Fargus, he has a symbol of the Road Wardens. And you can see this symbol a couple of places throughout the tower and on the donation lockbox. And he says, the rats, they came from everywhere. They attacked the farmers that were staying here. I don't even know if they survived. I ran. I tried to chase down the horses. They ran west. And I was followed by a swarm of rats. And I luckily climbed a tree. And they were climbing the tree. And they were nipping at my toes. They were nipping at my legs, and then all of a sudden I was saved. I was saved by a black bear. and then the black bear climbed the tree and swatted me down, and then I just acted like I was dead, and it left me alone, but the bear scared the rats away. Oh, water!
We have to leave. Let's get the wagon and leave.
No, don't go out there, Angel. Don't. There's rats. There's rats everywhere. They covered the ground like a blanket. Oh.
The rats killed the people in here. We have to leave.
Pull them inside and shut the door.
They did? They killed the farmers?
Yeah,
Oh, there were 4 of them. All 4 of them are dead?
Yes.
Oh, my. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Oh, gosh. Woe's me.
Trouble. I think we need to leave before we die.
No, don't leave. Put the bar on the door. And he gets up and he stumbles around and he takes the big wooden post and slams it down onto the brackets on the back of the door, and he says, oh, we should be safe. Don't go out there. The horses are out there. Let the horses be ate. Oh.
No.
Oh. Maniac, thanks for the follow.
We have to get the horses in here.
How far back were the rats?
Oh, this was hours ago. When the bear knocked me out of the tree, I fell about 40 feet. Thank goodness there was a huge blanket of snow out there. So I felt the bear. Oh, that big old dumb bear. He was sniffing all around me. He even sniffed my crotch. And I pretended like I was dead.
Oh.
And then he pawed at me a couple of times, and then he left. I thought I was a goner. And then I just passed out. And it was probably midday when that happened. Oh, it's been quite a few hours now. Oh. Tyler, thanks for the follow.
Let's get the horses in here.
Oh, be quick, my friends. The rats, they may come back. I don't know. Senna, thanks for the follow. Thanks, guys, for all the follows.
You theoretically fit the horses in.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you sure can. It's about a...
low enough that rats can't come in?
No, the rats came through the door. He said that the rats burst through. There's no like holes or anything. The tower's got about a diameter of about 30 feet. So yeah, you can get the horses in here.
All right, I'll go out and start bringing one of the horses in.
Okay.
I'll grab the second horse.
All right. So you guys spend about 5-10 minutes, and you get the horses inside.
While they're doing that, I'm going to take care of the old man.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Angel. Oh. And he says, do you have any? I could use some water. Oh, it looks like all of our provisions are gone. Oh, those rats, they destroyed everything. Oh. Yes, they're beginning characters, Joe.
I'll give him some of my
This is our first session. All right, he drinks it down, and he's and he's got water, all over his face and running down his leathery tunic, and he says, "Oh, thank you. Oh, I feel much better." And he crawls up into your arms, and he says, "Just hold me, Angel. Hold me." Oh, I feel much better now.
Sad old man.
He's probably in his late 60s or so. He says, you wouldn't happen to have any spare food also, would you? I had plenty to last me months. But it looks like those damn rats, they ate everything. Some of those rats were as big as cats and dogs. Oh, I'm gonna be haunted for the rest of my life on these rats.
I'll give you some of my rations. It's only rations, but you could have these.
Oh, thank you, Angel. Thank you. And he's just scarfing down these. You know, he's breathing and eating at the same time and trying to talk, and he thanks you.
All right, Cupcake, go wait in the corner. We'll finish our watch.
Well, just as you guys get back to sleep, Jot and Fargus, you know, it is Mercy's watch, and that was the final watch. So another couple of hours go by, and then through that one lone window on the wall of the tower, you can see the sun starting to come through. And it's starting to stink in here because the horses have taken a couple shits in the last couple of hours. So there's a couple of big piles of horse shit. And then you bring in the oats and stuff, and they're eating oats from the sack.
Yep, more ammo.
Jot and Fargus, you wake up. What in the hell's that smell? And there's like 2 foot tall piles of shit over there under the horses' asses. It's Mercy. Yeah, she was taking shits all night. But the old man, you think he's dead. But you shake him a couple times, and he, the rats! Oh, it's all of you.
Oh, rats.
Thank you, Daddy, for the follow. Oh, I was hoping that this was going to be a bad dream. Oh, but it wasn't. Oh, I thank you. I think if you were not here, I probably would have died. Oh, you saved my life. Thank you so much. And he goes over towards that lockbox that's on the wall, and there's like a little cabinet on the wall, and under the cabinet he pulls a key out that was hidden under the cabinet, and then he opens up the lockbox, and he takes out some coins, and he says, "Take this, my friends, for saving the master of the road. I'm not the fighter that I once was, but the road wardens, we do thank you for your help. You may stay in the towers at any time." And he takes a piece of parchment, and he writes a few things down, and he looks through all of the carnage all throughout the entire lower level of the tower, and he finds a stamp. And then, you know, with the fire, he heats up a little bit of wax from a candle, and then he puts a wax seal on it, and he gives you basically a writ that grants you free access to use all of the towers along the trade road that you would like. And you do not have, and it's, you know, compliments of the road wardens.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So if one of you want to write a writ from the road wardens on a piece of equipment, just right click inside of your mundane inventory tab and write down, okay, and then write down writ of the road wardens. May come into use later on, maybe. And then he thanks you again. And he says, I appreciate it. And may your travels be safe, my friends. And he starts to clean up all of this mess. I've got a lot of work to do.
So tell me.
Yeah, yes, Angel.
Are rats an issue here often?
No, never. I've never seen rats this big. They just came from nowhere. I've been here at this tower for 35 years, and I've never seen rats here before. I mean, the occasional rat that may be in a wagon or one that sneaks in, but not like this. Never. Like I said, Angel, it was a whole blanket of rats. It was a sight to see. It was beautiful, but it was terrifying.
Well, according to this map that our patron gave to us, it mentions a river that runs by here called Rat Run. Just wondering if that had anything
Oh,
to do with it.
yes, no, I don't think it does. No. Like I said, Angel, we've never had rats. Not like this, maybe one or two every once in a while, but nothing like this. It was an army. Have you seen this before, Angel? He's calling her Angel.
I've never seen as many rats.
Thanks, adult.
Are you going to be okay here by yourself?
Yes. I'm supposed to be getting another shipment from the wardens. They'll be here in about another week or so. But I should be able to hunt off of the lands, and I should be okay. The river is close, so I can get more water. I can fish. But I should be okay.
Well, that shipment of flowers probably brought them here to begin with.
Oh, yes, and the wagons outside, you mean? That could be it.
We have a wagon.
I saw that. Do you have flour as well? We weren't attacked last night, so, well, this morning. That was a good thing.
Yeah, we should probably get on the road, guys. What you think?
Yeah, that's it over here.
It's a trip shorter than we planned.
Where are you heading to, Angel?
I look at my map again. What's it say, Dave?
Dalseter.
Dalseter. Yes. Oh, you're going to Dalseter. Oh, you don't have any. So I guess you're going to Dunross first because that's where all of the flour is. But then you're going to be delivering to Dalseter, right? That's what these gentlemen were doing. Well, in fact, I think these gentlemen were going to the Citadel. And the Citadel is a very powerful place. That's where all of the magic all throughout Racelon is stored. All items of magic. As much as the Citadel can get their hands on, yes. There used to be lots of magic throughout all of the lands. But the Citadel started confiscating all of the magic because they claimed that it was in the hands of the wrong people. So they started taking it. Not all of it, of course, but they've got vast networks of dungeons and labyrinths and caverns under the Citadel that no one has been able to get into or out. Oh.
That sounds very ominous and foreshadowing.
Oh. But it
Sounds fun.
Oh, yes. It would be dangerous, though. Don't go there. You'll die. I'm getting a private message from the game master saying, talk these guys out of going to the Citadel. They'll die.
I was about to say.
I see the flashing neon lights, so I'm going for it after the flower.
Oh, that would be, you'd last about 30 seconds probably. All right, the attack roll is a D10 wild die with a D12 plus 4 attack roll. Let's see if it hits. They have a D12 strength, and they're using two-handed weapons, so that's a 2D6 plus a D12 plus 4. Yeah, that would be pretty insane.
Major hindrance, arrogance.
I know. I'd even give you a free Benny for playing that hindrance, too.
Can you use it on the next character?
Yeah. I hope you have some ideas for other characters if you're going to the Citadel. All right, so you guys want to... It's the next morning, and the old man, the old road warden, the old road warrior, he says that he'll be fine. Another road warden caravan's going to be stopping through the next week or so. Thank you again.
I think we should hurry up. Let's get this thing to where it needs to go before rats show up. Or that dragon again.
You saved my life. Hey, Moose.
I'll let the old man know what to expect to clean up upstairs.
Oh. It can't smell any worse than these 2 horses down here shitting all over the place, and now I gotta clean it up. But that's okay. You saved my lives, so that's a small price to pay. All right, so the old road warden, I don't even know his name, but you helped him out, you saved him. Next morning, he gives you some coins. Let's see. Why don't you guys add another 5 gold shields apiece to your character sheet, and then you guys can start traveling again. You guys are going to the small milling village called Dunross. And you're probably the old road warden. He tells you you're probably, it's probably about 6 a.m. The sun is just now starting to come up. You've had a little bit of breakfast. You've had something to drink. You've got the horses fed. Yes, Mercy.
Is that on the way to Dalsetter?
Yes, it is. It is between where you're at now and Dalsetter. And like I said, Dunross is like a staging point. That's where all of the barley is taken and milled into flour. And then it's stored in Dunross until the farmers go and get it and take it to wherever they're going to take it. Now, you guys have to go to Dunross to pick up the Rodgar's. He's got his stuff stored there, his flour. So after you pick it up from Dunross, then you go to Dalsetter, and that's where you have to meet the baker, because they need that flour to make bread.
I like that. In quotes, the baker.
The baker.
They call him the baker.
Patrick, hey, what's up, Patrick? Send me an email, please, explaining that, and then I'll change it for you.
So
all right?
We're traveling during the day now, so that's good, right?
Yeah, the sun's up. The temperature is definitely starting to rise. There's another layer of snow on the ground from the night, but it's definitely a lot warmer than it was a couple hours back. So you guys get the horses fed. You guys get onto the wagon, and you set off. And you travel till about midday or so. Actually, yeah, almost about midday. And you're starting to pass through a small copse. And on the path, lying right in the middle of the path, is a riding horse. And it looks like a pincushion, because its body is just absolutely riddled with arrows. And these are big, thick, black arrows. Now, what do you guys want to do as you're starting to approach this dead horse? Well, the arrows are black. They have like these black shafts with these large black arrows. I'm not going there, Mercy. I'm not going there. I knew what you were trying to do. I was trying to play it off. I didn't do a very good job of it, though.
Oh, why can't we just get this on? Why does this keep happening to us?
You gotta have encounters, right? You gotta have encounters.
I will get off the wagon with my axe and walk straight up to the horse.
Okay.
Yacht pulls out his bow.
Can we drive around the horse?
Sure, you can. The path is wide enough to where you can go around it. Sure, you're not going to have to drag it out of the way or anything. No.
Can I do like a inspect the horse, Dave?
Okay, sure. Give me notice rolls. I can tell what Jot's going to do with his next skills. Probably by notice. All right, Mercy. Nice. So, Fargus, you notice that these arrows, there's about a dozen arrows in this horse. And you can, just by looking at them, these orcs, they're basically the orc killer arrows. And they have the marking of the Eye Piercer tribe. And the Eye Piercer tribe is a tribe of orcs that dwell up in the high reaches of the jagged peaks. So it's kind of weird seeing the orcs have come down into the foothills of the jagged peaks. But yeah, there's like a dozen arrows in this horse, and you can recover some of these arrows. So basically, I'll allow you to recover half of your arrows that you would either shoot or that you find that are already used. So if you want to pull these arrows out of the horse, you can do that. And these are the flesh ripper arrows. So there's 6 flesh ripper arrows, which the flesh ripper arrows are pretty nice. These flesh ripper arrows cause +2 extra damage.
Hey, Jack, I got a present for you.
Ooh, a present for me?
So I will go ahead and add 6 flesh ripper arrows to your inventory. So there you go. I've added those. Now, why don't you give me Mercy? Why don't you give me a healing roll? All right, because as you guys are looking around, Mercy, in your peripheral vision, you can see the feet of what appears to be a corpse sticking out from behind a very large bush.
A healing room? What do you mean?
A healing roll, yes. If you have...
Skill check? I don't have...
Yes, skill check. Oh, wow. Then give me an unskilled. All right. Yeah. But you do see some feet sticking out from a bush over there. The horse definitely died an agonizing death. That's for sure. The horse basically bled out. Yeah, this is Savage Worlds, Texas Moose. Savage Worlds is an awesome rule set. An awesome rule set. Give it a chance, man. It's a good set.
Maybe they were in a hurry.
Well, as you kind of look around, you can see that on the other side of the horse, a couple huge chunks of flesh were basically carved off of the horse. But it doesn't look like it was done by any kind of skilled butcher either. It's just like large chunks just like cut out.
Oh, okay.
Mercy, did you point out the body to us?
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the flesh was like torn off by wolves or any other kind of creature that eats flesh.
Yeah, I do need to. No, what about the body that I saw? You said I saw legs. Just
off on the past the path behind a bush, you see a couple of boots kind of sticking out. And then you notice that there's legs attached to those boots. Oh, wow, that's a body. And it looks like there's someone down and out.
Okay, that's the first thing I do is when I see the boots is I run over and,
5th edition Savage Worlds.
Uncover them, try to find out if they're okay.
Both tabletop games. They both play the same way.
My first,
mechanics are different, though.
Thing is to help them, of course.
Sure. You check him out, he's definitely dead. He is definitely out for the count. And he has...
What is it? Human? Or...
It is a human. Yes, it is. It is a human. And there is in his pocket, kind of sticking out a little bit, there is what appears to be a piece of parchment. All right, Patrick. Yeah, definitely, because I won't remember. So give me a message. All right.
Call the other guys over.
Okay, sure. You want to go ahead and
notice me doing this anyway.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and share it with you first, and then you can do with it what you want to. But there is it looks like it is a letter.
Yeah, they're probably coming over while I'm reading this.
Okay. Yeah, and as both you and Fargus see Mercy, she's got this crumpled up piece of parchment that she's reading. And you can see the corpse of a dead human with a single arrow sticking out of his back. Another flesh-ripping arrow, by the way. But this flesh-ripper arrow has been damaged enough to where you cannot salvage it.